Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Ingle Roger Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. And it's not the greatest day, Roger, but looking forward to next week when it's supposed to be some very good temperatures.
Yes, for sure. So it's a little rainy and dark outside. No sun as yet,
Yeah,
but it's not too cold.
no,
So
it's not too cold. Yeah, it's
uh,
not too cold, so
I guess
that's the plus.
yeah, we can live with that. But yeah, we need the sun to come out and just brighten up the day. Looking forward to a
Yeah.
fabulous weekend. So I hope it shows up. The sun shows up.
Yeah, I was looking for a better day today because it's one of those special days. So looking for a
It
better
is. I was
day.
noticing it. I was like, okay, today is Ingleton's birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Ingleton.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And yeah,
You need
it's
the sunshine on your special
yeah,
day,
the
to
sunshine,
brighten
yeah,
up everything, right?
I need to bright. Yeah, so hopefully it gets better later on today, so we can get to do something.
So you can have some fun outside. So
Yeah,
yeah, so you have big celebration plans then.
no big celebration plans really. Just another year older, another
Another
time, another go around the sun. This as I say,
yeah, another year
and,
wiser.
another year wiser. But yeah, some we'll do a little something, but nothing too huge, too big.
Nothing too big, too big.
Yeah,
And that's
and,
all good. It's all good.
yeah. But as usual, there's a lot of sports and tap, and we have a lot to talk to you about on this day. And I wanted to do something a little different today, Roger. I wanted to,
Hmm.
instead of going through our normal, you know, basketball, we still talk about that, but I wanted to start with the cricket, and I wanted
Hmm.
to start with the discussion, the CARICOM meeting with the
The
West
ministers,
Indies and
yeah,
ministers,
yeah.
and Michael Holden, as usual, didn't hold back.
He never holds back. From he's going to high school, he was just very athletic, but I wouldn't say crazy guy, but he's outspoken.
Very outspoken, and he's told the West Indies sports administrators to clean up their act, get things right. So I think the CARICOM heads want to do some work with them, but a lot of the feeling is that there's still a lot to do in West Indies cricket governance, and from since 20 years
Yeah,
we've been talking about it, but it's still the same.
it's all talk, and they've had all these commissions and all these reports, and nothing has really been implemented. So I'm not sure if the resolve is there to actually do something. I mean, I just believe that the board in general is in the sweet spot, and as Doug Ford would call it, just under the gravy train, and
Yeah,
that's the most important thing for them. It's not the sport, and there's no development. There's not a lot of planning. I mean, you see some things happening sometimes, and like, okay, we're making progress, and then it steps back the following week. It's like, okay, there's no consistency. So it's not a true plan. It's just, they get, as I would put it, they get lucky here and there.
yeah.
And they're living with the luck. It's not because of what they have done. It's why they're getting the success whenever they get it.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Is saying like it's just the same new faces, but the same old plans and the
Same
same.
thing.
Just some new
Yeah,
people fall into place to continue on as usual.
they're just continuing on, and there's nothing changing, nothing being done differently. They talk a little more, I think, but I mean, that is it.
That is
That
it
is
for
it.
sure. There's
Yeah.
nothing, and I hope something comes out of this heads, and we can see cricket. I think one of the things that came out was that Guyana is planning a super T20 tournament. A champion. It's almost like a Champions League in soccer, if you want to
Soccer.
call it.
Yeah, I
There's
noticed.
champions of
What do you
champions.
think
Well,
about that?
I mean, I don't have a problem in having something like that, like a Champions League of
Yeah,
cricket, if you want to call
yeah,
it that. But to make
yeah.
an announcement there, it's really not the right thing. I don't
Not
think.
the thing to do. But also,
Yeah.
some I'm actually talking about equity for women.
Yes.
So yeah, there's a lot of talk going on there. But Motley, when Motley gets involved, she usually is serious about what she's saying and doing. So let's see if there's any change on that side. But with people like her, and I think there's more resolve in the Caribbean from a prime minister point of view. We may see changes, but not holding my breath.
No, I'm not holding my breath either. And we see some changes in maybe India, Australia, but it's not to equal parity yet. Is not parity yet because when you look at it, it's they probably get the same match pay, but then it's the base contracts that they
Very
have
different.
is very different.
Very,
Yeah,
very different.
yeah.
So
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be taken a long way. But the women's game is coming along, and I think
Yeah,
eventually we will see that.
I think so too. I think so too.
Not maybe not right now, but eventually we may see that.
Yeah, and
And
there's a lot of talk, about women's sports and the polls out there. Would you just watch women's sports only? And the numbers are really high. And I love watching women's sports. I think everybody does.
yeah,
So, the future is bright for them to come up and
future
get
is
equity that
very very bright. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. So we'll see what comes out of that, and if something positive we're looking for.
we hope.
But we go closer to your home, and we see that there's a new man in charge. There's a new JCA president.
JCA, Mr.
Yeah,
Bennett.
Mr.
So,
Bennett, yeah,
you
Dr.
know,
Bennett, Donovan Bennett.
Dr. Bennett, you're right. So, when you have a number two for like 10 years, you wouldn't expect your number two to get disappointed with the number one and say, "No, I'm going up against you," and then comprehensively beat him. So
Yeah,
it wasn't a surprise to anybody. I think Mr. Heaven wasn't a popular guy. He's not a cricket guy. It looks like
mm,
he's good like an accounting type stuff, and he says governance, but I'm not sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, he was not popular. No one liked him. No one thought he did anything great. He did some stuff, but not much for the cricket. I think he organized, as I said, the back room and the administrative stuff a little, but the cricket suffered big time on that.
yeah, it's a big 67-30 win.
Yeah, yeah,
It was not even
that's a
close.
demolition
Yeah,
from your vice president, to
from the
beat you like
West,
that.
yeah.
It shows that yeah,
And I saw a picture. I don't know if it's the handshake after the meeting or what, but Heaven didn't seem too interested
no,
in,
no,
he just looked like he wanted to just get out of the room and go.
and I agree.
Yeah,
He should have
yeah.
run away.
Yeah. But let's see. Let's hope that Mr. Bennett will do something. Dr. Bennett will do something special for the cricket because sometimes you wonder when somebody's been vice president of an association for a long time, or maybe he's got ideas that he wanted to put ahead, and
That's what he said.
um, yeah, Billy Haven was blocking them. So
That's
maybe
what he
they now
said.
got a chance to do these things.
So Heaven isn't the cricket guy, but Bennett is. So that's why
Hmm.
Bennett was his number two, because Heaven couldn't manage the cricket side. So I'm
Right.
guessing that maybe Dr. Bennett didn't get the opportunity to do the things he wanted, and he felt that enough is enough. That's what he said. Enough is enough. I think if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? So he wanted some changes to be made. Heaven wasn't pushing for it. Dr. Bennett is a true cricket man. He has built the St. Elizabeth Technical High School for like 25 years. He built cricket there, and they're one of the greatest cricketing schools in the
Mm.
country. A lot of their players go on to play for Jamaica and the West Indies. So he has a strong background in cricket, and he loves cricket. So a lot of people feel that the changes that are required to build cricket, since he did it at the school for how many years and was very successful, a lot of people are banking on him to repeat that success across Jamaica.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm looking forward to that because Jamaica didn't fare well in this year's tournament. So
Uh,
looking to see Bill and Jamaica cricket once it's strong, it helps the whole region. And
the whole region, yeah, yeah,
see
they're
that
gonna
to
come
push
back.
on.
I mean, everything goes in cycles, and I think the talent is there. It's just the commitment and the support, I think, is just not forthcoming as it should be.
Yeah, we're gonna get to some on-field cricket, but let's continue with the off-field for now. And I saw a familiar face with the jersey says number 50, but it's not a track jersey. It's a cricket jersey. Usain Bolt has been named the ICC Men's
And
T20 World Cup
I know.
ambassador.
That is a cool move. That's a cool move
Yeah,
from them. I think he's gonna do a fantastic job, as he does in the media. But he loves cricket. He loves cricket,
yeah,
so he's a really good choice for this. I mean, they keep talking about that one time when he got Chris Gale in a charity match.
the charity
So
match. Yeah,
yeah, so they talked about how he got Chris Gale. I mean, Chris Gale said that is after I hit you about six sixes and 10 fours. But in any case, he still got the wicket. So he loves the sport. He's passionate about it. And he and Chris are close friends and all of that. And I think they've been bantering with some stuff about who's faster than who and all of that stuff. So it's a lot of promotion that is going on, and it's a good choice. Both of them are good with the media. Both of them are good with. They were greats in their sports, so it's good to see, and they will certainly do well to spread it. And there's a lot of marketing going on, so give them credit for the marketing that is happening for this T20 World Cup.
yeah. There's a lot of marketing, and I think all of this too. They haven't taken their eyes off the fact that LAT 28 will have
Yeah,
cricket. So,
we'll have cricket in
and
there too.
and
Yeah.
Usain Bolt, he also said that he looked forward to attending West Indies matches, and
Yes.
contributing to the growth of cricket globally. And he specifically talked about the growth in the West, in the US, and
US.
saying,
Yeah, he was
yeah,
talking about the
and
US.
you know,
Yeah,
he was talking about T20 World Cup, whole huge opportunity towards cricket inclusion in LA Olympics 2028. So
it is. It
looking
is.
forward to seeing what he will do. And we know the kind of guy he is. He's very charismatic, and
Yes,
he's
extremely.
going to
Yeah,
bring a lot to the sport.
yeah.
So, and he probably can bowl the ball still.
He probably can, yeah, run up and do a bowl for sure. He's not in that
Yeah,
bad shape. But what I noticed
yeah,
though, that the cricket pitches that they're going to use in the US, they're shipping them from Australia. I didn't know they
yeah.
would have done
Dropping
that.
pitches. Yeah, they're dropping pitches that they're using. Yeah,
It's like, wow,
and
I didn't even know that that could be done. Why isn't it
yeah,
done more?
yeah. It's done. We in the 2019 GT20 we used dropping pitches in Brampton.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so it's done. And then a few years back there was a Masters tournament in the US. That's what they did, and
okay.
I think it's at the MCG in Australia because they play rugby there as well. So
Hmm.
they use drop-in pitches and they store it inside in the winter. So
And it works well.
it works well. Yeah, it works pretty good. If we do all the preparation inside and bring it out and
Bring it
drop
out.
it
Yeah.
in,
Wow.
it's
Right on.
probably what the most expensive thing about it is transportation.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course.
Yeah,
But I mean, if that is so easy to do, I mean, why are we complaining about all these bad pitches all around? Why don't just make good
in the
pitches and
Caribbean.
drop them in?
In fact, the Caribbean probably have the best climate to make the pitches in the inside and then drop them in.
Drop it in. Yeah. Why are
Yeah,
we having this problem? Because the pitches they're in poor shape in a lot of countries.
yeah. But yeah, look, it's going to be interesting to see how the pitches play in the Caribbean. I noticed in some of the countries, ex-players are in charge of overseeing the pitch condition.
Pitches, yeah, yeah.
Hope,
Which is not a bad thing because I don't think the pitches were just bad. We just need to have well, good oversight is one thing, but we need to have the commitment to make the best pitch possible.
and have yeah good curators, and there's a lot of work going on. There's been a lot of curators workshop going on for this World Cup, and
Yes.
I think you're probably gonna get some good pitches, gonna get some good
I,
balls.
I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful.
If we can get anything that we're seeing in IPL, it will be great.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. And they use drop pitches in India too, or
no,
they
they don't.
don't? They
They
don't.
use no, they
Regular
don't. New
stuff.
Zealand, Australia is a regular thing there,
They're
but no,
okay.
they have not been doing it there too often.
Okay, okay. We'll see.
We'll see, yeah, see what happens there. Well, if we go to a bit now on field, Roger, and a little disappointed. Maybe jet lag, I don't know, but the West Indies A team they lost to Nepal.
I didn't quite get so. I don't know. I can't even use jet lag as it. I don't even know what to use. There should be no excuse for that one. I can't even. I can't think of any.
I don't know what the 204 runs and then losing. It just shows our bowling is not good. I mean, good to see Athanaze getting some runs.
Yeah, yeah.
And Weston Chase was a big surprise, 74 and 46. He led from the front in the bat. And
Guess maybe we should have
38,
made him captain a long time ago because
maybe he likes the leadership.
responsibility. Yeah, it works well with
Yeah,
him. So it was good to
yeah,
see. I mean, I didn't even think he should have been given the captain because I think he should be on his way out. But I mean, he has proven me wrong. So I will watch and see how well he does.
yeah. Just surprising guys like Matthew Ford, who has got some West Indies experience. He went for a
Yeah.
lot. You know, Obed McCoy wasn't too bad. And O'Shane Thomas, who I'm not a big fan of his, I must say. I'm like, he seemed to be around so long and not getting any better. And his economy rate is just too.
I just think he's wild. I think he's out of control. He's not consistent, and I'm not sure just how much he brings. But he seems as he enjoys the sport and he works hard. But I mean, I just haven't seen the results. He has pace apparently, but I
He
don't know.
has space, question about it. But
Something is
his
missing.
pace,
England, maybe you're the cricketer more than I am to
I,
tell me what is he
I
missing
don't know
because
what's missing.
he's just not a good bowler. Although he has good
No, I
pace, he's just not effective.
honestly, I've been looking at him over the years, and I just figure he's just not learning. He just runs in and I don't know if he
But
thinks through what
runs
he's
in a
going to
boat.
do.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah, he just
wild. He
runs in
just
and
runs
bowls.
in on his boat.
And
You don't know what you're
yeah,
gonna get.
I think he's told. He's probably told just running and bowl fast, and that's what he's trying to do. But no one is afraid
Right.
of pace anymore. So,
Exactly.
and
It's what
disappointing.
everybody goes up against now, and they have good pace bowlers out there that can do more than just the pace.
Yeah, and if you're Guyanese, you're not too happy with Moti's return because he's been talked about a lot that he should be in the team, but didn't look good either. And Chemo Paul, who I expected better of, so he went for quite a bit. So Bangladesh got over the line, 206,
Nepal.
chasing the 204. Nepal, sorry, got over the line, and they did it quite easily. Actually, 19.4 overs, 100 to Pordell, and
Yeah, when
wow,
I saw it, I was like, "Am I in an alternate world here? How is this even
yeah,
possible?"
I don't know how
I
that
think
was
it's a
possible.
decent A team that went down there. It's a decent team.
It
So
is a decent team. When you look at the team, you'd wonder, as you said, like, how do you lose to the bowling? Is should be able to get you Bangladesh. The
ex-
batting,
ex-
yeah, the
exactly.
batting, I think, did part 204. You think that the bowlers
It's
would
pretty
have?
decent. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you get over 200 in a game. That's good.
Hmm.
But no, it's not enough against Nepal.
No,
Anybody
correct.
can beat the West Indies, I guess. The Netherlands can beat them. Nepal can beat them. Zimbabwe, Afghanistan, all of them beat them.
This, I don't know if it's the crowd intimidation. Maybe they've never seen those such large crowds before because it's
Maybe.
only
Maybe.
the crowds are
I
bigger
think
than we get in the anyway in the Caribbean.
in the Caribbean they play by themselves until it's a big CPL. But
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. We'll see.
Something,
We'll
but
see.
let's see how they bounce back tomorrow's game, and hope they do bounce back in
They
tomorrow's
have
game.
to. I don't think they have a choice. I think this is it. If they don't bounce back, I don't think they can have a good conversation with anybody in the West Indies.
If they don't, yeah.
It's
And finally, when we've in this cricket, before I forget, I actually did forget about it. Is that
Mhm.
Guyana surprisingly are the regional
I know.
champion? That
And we're
was really
talking
for
about it last week that you're sitting there, can't believe this is going to happen, but out
yeah,
of nowhere, out
Guyana
of the
out of nowhere,
skies.
and their first game was abandoned. So imagine if they
Yeah,
played the first game I won against
I
Trinidad.
know.
Yeah,
They found a
so
way to win, so I give credit to them. I think deserved winners. I'm not too sure, but I mean, yeah, they won. That's what is important.
that's the important thing. They won. They played some good cricket in the end. They won, and it's
Hmm.
good to see West Indies have upped the ante. They've got 250,000 US dollars for the champions this year, and
That's good.
the runners up got 100,000 US. So it's
That's
good
good.
to see that the
That's
prize money
promotion.
is going
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
it's
So
always fascinating to see that. That's a good step in the right. It's a step in the right direction.
it is. And Windward Islands Volcanoes was second, and they were leading all the way. And
They
then
were leading, and then the Leewards came as if they're going to win, and
yeah,
and both of these Leeward and Windwards got beaten by Guyana at the last day.
yeah, they did. And that was the change. And just shown Guyana that now they're one of my friends pointed out to me that Guyana are West Indies champions and CPL champions.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Oh.
so didn't think of it, but yeah, so I guess he wanted me to remember and not forget about it.
Well, but kudos to them still. I mean, it's a cricket-loving nation, so when it
It
comes to
is.
that, they deserve to be champions because they do put a lot. They love their cricket.
They do love the cricket, and staying with the West. Should we stay with the West Indies things then? To just wrap up with the women. We're doing well,
Women,
and then yeah, the women were
the
doing well,
women,
and they won 3-0 in the ODI against Pakistan,
they did,
and
they
they're
did.
now up 1-0 in the T20. And the last two matches were very close.
Yeah, the T20 was extremely close. So it's a
Yeah,
one-ball victory, but
one ball
yeah,
victory.
the
Yeah,
last ODI was also close. So
wicket on the last ball, and then in the ODI they got a four, a edge for four on the
for
last
edge,
ball.
I saw that just an edge.
Yeah,
Went for
yeah,
four. So
but
talk about luck, but you know what? When you're working hard and doing great things, luck comes with it too. So
but
they're winning, and I'm happy to see them winning. So
yeah. Again, Haley Matthews, she's in the form of her life. Another century
she's
in that last match.
ODI,
I
yeah.
mean, she had a duck at the T20, but still,
I
I
know
mean,
this.
she
And
had
they
two
still won.
hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 200s, and Stephanie Taylor, the former captain, she's been playing well too.
She's been
Um,
pretty consistent. I mean, she
yeah,
hasn't got a century, but I mean, she's been half century. She's
got
been
there a couple of half
close to the half
centuries.
century.
Yeah,
So yeah, she's been pretty consistent. She got 30 in this
she got 30 in
T20.
this
Yeah.
match. Yeah, Yeah, Keena Joseph 34, and the
Yeah.
rest, everybody else. I thought the score was a bit too low, but then they
It
found a
was.
way to win
Yeah,
130.
it was. It was too low. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
It's not. When you're doing good things, luck comes with it too, because they were lucky today too. So,
Yes,
you
they
know,
were. So they play tomorrow, and we look forward to them. 10:30 tomorrow, 10:30 a.m.
yeah. Let's see if they can
tomorrow.
sweep again, sweep the
Yeah,
ODI, sweep the T20s. Who knows?
it will be good if they can.
Yeah.
Definitely, it will be great. So if you're listening to Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio to the England Roger Sports Hour, and we're gonna switch now and talk some IPL. And
Mm.
I was reading, I don't know if it's your favorite team, but I was reading about I think maybe it's the Indian writer's favorite team, the RCB, because they were giving you all these scenarios how RCB, who are the bottom of the table, can
Can
still
make
make
it.
the final four. But
Wow.
I think it's just too much. It
It.
depends too much on teams losing, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you
It's difficult. It's difficult. I'm not sure why they would want to map out a path for RCB, because RCB doesn't seem as if they want to have a path to go anywhere this year. So,
no,
but yeah, RCB is not looking like the RCBs of old.
yeah, they don't. I think maybe because Virat Kohli's there, everybody wants to see him do well and his team
Yeah,
do well.
yeah, yeah.
So you always talk about RCB once Kohli's there, but I can't see them even if they win every game from here
It doesn't
on.
get them there.
It,
They rely on others, right?
yeah, they're
They need
relying on
help.
other things
They need
happening,
help.
and all these other teams are not going to keep losing.
I
So
know, just for
yeah,
them. So,
yeah.
I
And
don't. I doubt they're gonna make it through.
the great thing about these games recently is the scores, Roger. I mean,
Yeah.
200. Could you imagine two games scoring 261 and losing?
That was a shocker. First of all, it was, how did they get to 261? People don't get
And,
past 220 if they
yeah,
get past 200.
they
So,
got to 261 because Narayan is having the time of his life. He's
I
enjoying
know.
his crickets, opening the bats in 71 and 32, Phil
Yeah.
Salt 75 and 37, and they just had fun.
Which is how the game should be, especially for Narayan, because, well, you predicted last week that he's not going anywhere for the West Indies, and he made it very clear
He made it
that
very clear.
he's having fun with his cricket, as you said, and scoring tons of runs and taking wickets, but he's done with the West Indies, so he's not
Yeah,
going to play for them.
yeah, that chapter he said is done,
He goes,
gone, it's gone. But yeah, he's not playing.
not
And
over in that backup.
when you have guys like Narayan and Salt giving you such a start, and you can promote Andre Russell,
Yeah, I know.
you're gonna get big scores. But
Gonna get big scores.
that was just topped by Johnny Bairstow's 100, 108.
100, yeah, you got 100,
You
yes.
know, yeah, and Singh 54, 68. Both Singhs got half centuries,
Half centuries, yeah.
and it was a great chase by the Punjab Kings.
I must say that, I mean, the IPL is the greatest league in the world, but I mean, when you see a game like that, you can see why it's considered the greatest league in the world.
Mm,
Because I don't think anywhere else you're going to see scores like this and the
no,
type of action on the field that you're seeing with this game.
but it shows the game shows the respect for Narayan because he was able to bowl his four overs for 24. So it
Still, yeah,
seems like the plan was to just play out Narayan and attack the rest.
attack the rest. Yeah, they
Yeah,
have a lot of respect for him. So,
yeah, because he went at an economy rate of 6 runs and over, but the next best after that was 13.5.
eh, almost four.
So they just
Wow.
decided let's
Give him
stay him out.
Narayan, just let him bowl out his four, and
Yeah,
then that's it.
give him the respect too, and then just go after the others. So that's the
That's,
confidence that the
that's
team
a
has.
lot of confidence. I was just about to say that, to do that. But in a T20, that's dangerous. But it played out well for them, right? Johnny
It did.
Bairstow.
Yeah, it did. The Delhi Capitals, they played this morning and they were able to score 257. So some other big scores
The big
again.
scores are coming up, yeah.
And but they were able to defend it. So
Yeah, and you
yeah,
should be able to defend in that type of score. But
yeah.
yeah, I think the cricket has changed. I mean, people go to watch boundaries and stuff like that. That's the excitement in the game. So I think they've made as many changes as they can to facilitate more boundaries. So you will
Mhm.
see more higher scores. I mean, I didn't quite expect the 250s I'm seeing here, but I knew the scores are going to be trending up, and the bowlers are going to get it harder and harder all the time. But I mean, people are going to come to the stadium or the cricket ground to watch the batting, not so much the bowling. So they don't want to see a tight game out there with good bowling. They want to see boundaries.
Yeah, the 1 2 boundaries for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, the Australian McGurk, he had 84, is it this morning?
yeah.
He had 84, and Shea Hope, following the West Indians, he had 41 and 17. And Roger, the surprising part of that for me was five sixes.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not a six guy. So
Yeah,
it's good to see he's opening up. I mean, I guess he's getting warm for this World Cup coming up.
yeah. When you look at the bowling for Mumbai Indians, you've got, I mean, Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya,
Mm,
Chawla, Nabi. It's not an easy bowling lineup. So
yeah,
to score 257 and score freely
yeah,
like that has been good.
it's
And
really good.
they came up 10 runs short, 247 for nine.
Yeah,
63 to Varma and Pandya. He had 46. Tim David had a quick 37 and 17 balls. But they came
yeah.
up short, and it's interesting. We come into the interesting times because we have about a month left
It gets
in
into
this
the business
IPL.
end of the tournament, man. So yes, you got to show up now if you intend to show up.
And the second game has started on the Lucknow Super Giants. They're playing in that game. They're now 36 for 2.
Mm.
And I was just checking to see, but I'm still not seeing any Joseph in the team. So I'm not sure if that's any good for West Indies. If they were thinking, oh, is it a deliberate act to keep him out, not get
I'm
him in form
confused.
for the World Cup? If West Indies
I am
thinking,
confused. I mean, to be a good, maybe that's what it is. But I mean, after all the hype and the stuff like that, I'm sure he himself wants to go out and show what he can do. So
yeah,
it's for him to be a no-show. It's been months now.
it's been maybe it was a better thing for him to just go to Nepal and play with the A team if he's not
Yeah,
gonna, so he can get some game time. But I
some
mean,
game time in. Yeah,
on the other hand, he might be just thinking, you know what, I'm here making some money.
he's
So
uh, he's taking that from his countryman, Hetmeyer.
admire, yes, but knowing his personality, I think he wants to be out on the field.
Yes, I
He
think
wants
so.
to play. He's an entertainer and he's a good
Yes,
player. So
yes, he is.
hopefully he'll get some playing time at some point, not
Correct,
just ball
correct.
in the nets.
Yes, yes, yes.
So yeah, if there's nothing else about cricket that you want to talk about, I think that's it. I think we've covered most of the cricket that's
Yeah,
happening.
there's a lot of good cricket stuff going on. So no, nothing else from me, but that is great
Well,
cricket stuff.
I think the T20 World Cup women's qualifiers have started. The matches started just USA lost to Uganda.
To
Um,
Uganda.
yeah, they lost to Uganda. USA women lost to Uganda. New
Mhm.
Zealand women over Vanuatu. No surprise there. I mean, it does sometimes you wonder why they play because it's 154 and 50 for 6 and 54 all out.
Yeah, I know.
Zimbabwe women, they lost to Vanuatu. They're 62 for 4. So some interesting results.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so yeah, those matches continue in UAE.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that the top two teams will go over to the main draw of the World Cup.
Okay, okay,
So so that one continues, and so that's it for cricket, and then we can just move on to some track and field, and we will do it the reverse this way. We'll talk about basketball.
this stuff afterwards. Okay, the nice, lovely, lovely
Love
NBA and
NBA.
NHL
I don't want to talk
after.
yet about that. You seem like you were right last week when you told me about the LA Lakers. So,
I know.
but we'll discuss that later.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So it is as always. I know track and field is, as I told you, April is the month that everyone should show up. Not everyone has showed up, I must say, but most have, and lot going on. So today, this morning was the Shanghai Diamond League, and we saw Canadian Sarah Mitten. She was second in the shot put, so she's a shot put medalist from the World Championships, and I'm pretty sure she's ready to do something again this year. So good for her. But the big surprise was in the 100 meters, where Connison Bean from South Africa, he found a way to defeat both Christian Coleman and Fred Curley.
And
So
wow.
yeah, he won in 10.01. Coley did 10.04 and Curley 10.11. So a close race, but Simbini on top. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does this year because usually, he starts off well and then doesn't do so well, but he has been more measured over the last couple of years. Looking forward to see if he can do more, but the 100 meters is a stack field this year, so we'll see.
Hmm.
Right now a lot is going on over there in Philadelphia because it's the pen relays.
Pen
You
release,
know,
yeah.
Yeah, the Caribbean is there in full numbers. Jamaica, of course, has been going there since 1964, and they've been doing really well with their teams. On the women's side, the women runs on Friday, the boys run on Saturday. So on the women's side, Hydel High, who was second at Girls and Boys Championships, they won the 4x1 and the 4x4. So it's a double double because they did that last year as well. So kudos to their team to come back and take the championship again in some very close races. So it was good to see that Hydel found a way to win. And we had a lot of victories in the individual events. The boys won the shot put, discus, long jump, triple jump. The girls won the triple jump, they won the high jump. So it was just a good pen relay so far for the
Mm.
Jamaican teams. Today is the boys, and of course they have the global relays. They have 4x1 and 4x4. So Jamaica is going to be there. Other Caribbean countries are going to be there. So it should be in some interesting races. It starts this afternoon. But the boys have the 4x1, the 4x4, and the 4x8. Jamaica is favored in the 4x1. The 4x4, you have a young man over there. His name is Robinson, I think, over there from California that is running 45-1 in the
Wow.
400. So everybody wants to see how he's going to do with his school if he can beat the Jamaican teams. I'm assuming the Jamaican teams are ready for him, but you never know. He's a superstar. He's running good 800, good 400, so he's solid. So that's going to be one of the big races this afternoon. Is that 4x4 and the 4x8 as well. Jamaica College looks like they should be able to take victory there, but they're going to get good competition from the Americans as well. So some interesting races for sure at the Penrith Days this afternoon.
That's great.
The Drake Relays is going on as well, but nothing major. I think everything starts really today. Nothing really happened so far. The big names are all on the track today in the hurdles and 400 hurdles and stuff like that. So we'll see some of those results next week. But tomorrow was supposed to be this big coming out of the Bermuda Grand Prix,
Bermuda, yeah.
where all the, Noah Lyles and Elaine Thompson and all of these people were supposed to be there. Then news came out that, oh, by the way, Elaine Thompson, no, she's not going to be there. She was never
Never.
ever
Yeah.
booked. Like,
That's what I read. She said she was never signed anything.
what is this? This is
Yeah.
such bad for the sport because you have the whole country was excited to see her,
Hmm.
and now she's not going to be there. But one person that is guaranteed to be there, I've been told, is Jaden Hibbert, a young 19-year-old who is still a junior, but he's got injured in the World Championships last year after he had the lead in jump. This is going to be his opener as a pro. And he said he's very excited to see what he can do as a pro. So I'm looking for something special from this young kid. Let's see how well he goes. And it should be a pretty interesting meet over there in Bermuda. And they put on a good show. So definitely looking forward to see some of the results of that. But that goes tomorrow. We
Hmm.
also saw on the track last weekend a world record. So we always see world records. We had Duplantis winning as well.
The
But on
Planters, yeah.
The London Marathon, Paris Jepchircher, she broke the women's only world record and she ran 2:16:16, 2 hours 16:16 to win the London Marathon, breaking the 2:17:01 that was standing before. So kudos to her, breaking a world record there. Interesting time for sure. But the Canadians were also in record breaking mode. So a young lady from Gatineau, Quebec, Audrey Leduc, I haven't, it's not a household name yet, but she's working her way there. She ran 10.96.
Hmm.
10.96 to break the Canadian record that's stood since from Angela Bailey, I think in the 90s. So it's a long 30 years or more ago. So good to see Audrey come through like that. Very powerful runner, and she's looking good. She runs again today, so let's see how she does. But that was a Canadian record that stood for a very long time. 10.98 is now down to 10.96.
Wow.
And the Hammer World Champion Kazanoid, who shocked everybody winning the world championship last year, and now he comes back and he breaks the Canadian record already. So he's in fine form and looking as if he wants to come not only as a world champion, as the Olympic champion as well. So let's see how well he does. But it was two Canadian records on the books last weekend.
Hmm.
We also saw yesterday, good to see, I must say, Andre DeGrasse. He opened up his outdoor season and he won the 200 meters in a fast 20.11. There's a little
Wow.
win assisted. It was 3.1 wins. At least he got some win with it. But it's good to see him starting the year like this because usually he works his way up through the season. But he has a lot of competition this year. It's not going to be easy for him, so it's really, really good to see him come out and drop a time like that. So we will see exactly how his season goes. But to me, that's a good starter for him to come out like that. We also had a young kid. His name is Christian Miller. He's he ran 9.93, the third fastest world under 2100 meters. Young guy, 18 years old, out of the US. A lot of talk about him. 9.93 is not a sneeze time, so beautiful, beautiful. Congrats to him. I mean, you don't see that age group running these times these days, but he's there. Let's see how long he
Mhm.
can keep it for. But we have to recognize 9.93 at his age is spectacular, absolutely spectacular. So we'll see how his
So,
career goes.
yeah,
We also saw Dina Asher Smith, one of my favorite runners over there from the UK.
from UK, yeah.
She trains in Texas now, and she trains right beside Julian Alfred from St. Lucia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably rubbing off on her, or she's rubbing off on Julian. I don't know, but they're both running really well. And Dina Asher Smith, 22.29 in the 200. So to start off like that is really, really awesome. That's a fantastic start, and she
I
has
was
been
looking
running.
at the time because I believe Shakari did 22.99, was it?
Yes,
And
22.99.
she said she was happy with that. And then when I saw 22.29, I'm like,
Nine.
okay.
Can imagine, right? There's a huge difference there. So
Yeah.
let's see how that goes. I mean, Shakari was all the way over in China. Maybe she was
Mm,
suffering jet lag. I don't know, but Shakari can certainly go 21. Dean Asher Smith is telling you that she will go 21 this year.
yeah.
So it's going to be fascinating to see just how well she does. But then some talk about some new meets coming up. So there's going to be a meet at the end of September. It's going to be called the 776 Invitational.
Hmm.
It's a women's track meet, English, so it's only for women, which is
Only women know
fascinating.
it.
So
Wow.
that's awesome. It's supposed to be held, I think, in LA. It's been run, guess by who? Alex Ohanian, who's the
Oh, yeah,
husband
I saw it.
to,
Yes.
to Serena
Serena.
Williams.
Yes, I saw
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So he's putting on, and he's getting his venture capital firm to invest in this. But he said he was shocked to find out how little money these track athletes get. But he's paying big money. So first place
Mm-hmm.
is going to get $60,000,
Hmm.
which is, the Diamond League pays $10,000 for first place. So if you're going to get
First,
$60,000, it's six times more
is
if
that
you come
more
here and
than
get.
an Olympic medal too, isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
because it's only going to be 50, and they're still arguing about that 50. They're still upset about anyone getting any money, but this is going to be 60,000 for first place,
Wow.
25,000 for second place, 10,000 for third place. So it's let's see. They say they want to modernize the sport, so and its fans. So let's see if this is a start. I mean, if this can happen often in England, then yeah, this is a sport to be
This
in.
is sport to be in, yeah. Because and the women are getting their, well, starting to get their fair share.
Yeah, sure, yeah, but 60 grand is a good
60
good
grand
payout.
is a good for a win, yeah.
Awesome, awesome payout.
Mm,
We also saw Michael Johnson. So he's also coming out with his own track league. So he wants to rejuvenate the sport as well. And he's coming out with a new track meet starting in 2025. And he has gone out and he has secured his funds, $30 million.
wow.
So things are changing a little in track and field, I must say. Before, it's just the same boring, boring, boring stuff. Not much change, but now we can see, yep, things are being changed. New track league coming out. He has like his marketing partners with him. They are gonna have all these stuff that they have giveaways. He's getting a creative studio to help him set it up. So he has Nike, Red Bull, and Apple, and all of that. So he's trying to do it the right way. Let's see if I mean he has talked a lot about the sport being boring and he wants to see changes. So let's see what his changes are going to be. But it's
Yeah.
something to look forward to. He hasn't said exactly what he's doing,
Okay. Because I
but
was going to ask you, is it going to be like a team event or how
that's
is
what
it?
I want to find out. I'm guessing that's probably what it's going to be. So, how are you going to pull that off and pay them? I mean, $30 million is some money, but I'm not sure
Mhm.
how long that would last for. But it's a start. It's definitely a
Okay.
start. And from a support perspective, yeah, I would go and watch if it's a league. I would certainly go and watch it. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
definitely. I'll go and watch that. Yeah.
pretty cool to watch. So I have no problems with that. So let's see what he comes up with. It's, as I said, scheduled to start in 2025. So I'm looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it, and hopefully, with all these investments that he's getting, that it would take off and do really well because the sport needs anything it can get, and Serena Williams and her husband is coming in. Michael Johnson's coming in. So changes are
Yeah,
coming, Ingle. Changes are
yeah,
coming.
changes are coming for sure.
And
Yeah,
you look
that's
and
very good.
yeah, you look and you see, cricket was boring cricket. And suddenly it's
And
T20,
suddenly now
T10, and it's
T20,
this and
yeah,
that, and it's changed, and everybody's talking about it. People are not, you can make 260 now.
yeah,
And somebody responded 240. So at the
yeah.
end of the day, that's a radical change to the sport.
It
And
is a radical change for sure.
we'll
And
see.
yeah, I'm looking forward to see what Michael Johnson is going to do because he's always talked about getting people more interested.
Exactly, exactly. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
actually really curious to see, but yeah, it's good to see that changes are coming, whatever it's going to be. But it sounds positive. That's the key. Sounds
that's
positive.
very good. And
Yeah.
before you get off the track, I just wanted to go back to the pen relays and say that for the first time, I think the Sinkit Secondary School has been to a pen relay. So you
Oh,
have the
really?
Charles E.
Kudos to
Mills,
them.
yeah,
So they have
and
some pioneers over there now.
yeah, and I'm not sure which. I didn't follow closely, but I saw them put a post. Stamps there said they won the silver medal in the 4x4 relay. So I'm not
Oh,
sure what age group it was or what how it works in the pen relay, but they're silver medalists in their first time.
wow. Well, 4x4 is actually today, though. I'm not sure.
And I
So maybe they
think,
came second in their heats. I don't know.
but
Maybe, I don't know.
they're displaying silver medals already.
Oh
So I'm
well,
not
so
sure if it
they
was.
got it then, yeah. Because
I'm not.
yeah, they have. So I've always said when you go to Penn, the Saturday morning is the most boring morning. I think from 9 o'clock until 12 o'clock, it's just 4x4s.
But
None,
then, but when I
none
look at they're standing and I
on the
see
podium. So
on the
is it
podium.
girls?
It's girls, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The girls was yesterday. I thought it was the boys. Yeah,
No,
the
it's the
girls were
girls,
yesterday.
yeah.
Yeah, so they
And
want
they're
silver.
standing there at the podium has the Jamaican balloons right next to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
what they have two races. They have the championship race and then the I don't I call it for the secondary race, the internet they call it international. So
Okay.
if you don't make the championships, you go into international, but you still get the same medal. So I didn't see their names in the championship race, so
So
they
it's
probably
probably
got
the
the silver
international.
in the international race. So
Yeah.
and yeah, it's a big thing. Trust me, winning
It's
that
a big
international
thing.
medal is a big thing.
It's a
So
big thing for them because it's especially being the first time
first
going
time,
there.
yeah. The first
Yeah.
time you could get a medal. I mean, that's
Yeah.
truly, truly awesome. And it's not like you're going from 90 degrees in the shade to 80 degrees in the shade. It was chilly over there, I was
Oh,
told. So it
yeah.
was probably difficult for them to adjust to the temperature.
Yeah, it probably was very, very difficult because Caribbean people, if it just dropped 2 degrees, it's
Two
cold.
degrees, it's a problem. It's a major problem. It's too cold. I
Yeah,
can't deal with this cold. So kudos to them.
yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah, the women are doing so well across the Caribbean, man. That's really, really good to see.
Yes, good to see that track. I think a lot of the women across the Caribbean, well, athletes, inspired by
Hmm.
what they see the Jamaicans do. So it's
Yep,
been
and you
great.
know what? I mean, to be truthful, Julian Alfred is a massive, massive personality, and she's
Mhm.
changing a lot of kids' minds about track and field as well. So,
Sure.
now you see Thea Lafont coming out of Dominica. She's probably going to be the favorite now to win the Olympics triple jump. So, changes are happening. The Jamaicans are leading the way, of course, with the big name sprinters, but at the end of the
Hmm.
day, others are showing up. So, it's good for the Caribbean all around.
Yes, very good.
Really, really good.
Yeah. Anything else on track and field, Roger?
No, not at this time. I think,
Okay.
yeah, in general, that is it. I
Is the
think
Bermuda this weekend, you said?
it's tomorrow. Yeah,
Tomorrow, Bermuda.
tomorrow
Okay.
evening. Yeah. The another thing before I totally leave track and field is that they always have this shoe war. So in the
Mm.
London Marathon, Adidas won the super shoe battle over Nike. As the top
Mhm.
four men and the women's winner, all were
It
Adidas
was,
Adizero.
yes. Yes.
So Adidas is beating up Nike on the road in the marathon for now with their Adizero shoe.
Yes, that's good to see that that is not just the athletes, but the manufacturers also have their war.
They have their war.
So
It's a big war too.
yeah.
And of course, I talk about Adidas and taking over the Puma contract from Jamaica. That's
Hmm.
still ongoing, and Ben Mills has come out supporting them. They support his club, so I mean, he wants what's best for the country, like everybody else. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Underground, they're saying that they don't think the J3 is going to take it. Nobody could understand why they've made a decision. They haven't even started looking at it as yet. So rumors are always rumors. Let's see what happens in the next couple of months. But they can't start looking at it in terms of negotiation until 6 months before it ends in December. So they haven't started yet, but trust me, it's going to be a big conversation in Jamaica and maybe worldwide because Adidas has gone up front and said, "This is what I'm going to give you. Um, let's see if the deal that they take is better than the one that Adidas came out with." That's
Yes.
what everybody's waiting to see, and to be sad if it's not.
If it's, yeah, we'll see if that happens. Basketball, which we can discuss a bit getting into the NBA, but the women's basketball, they showed the offer from the other, I don't know if you saw the offer from the other manufacturers, so it was just no contest there
I know,
with the
I know.
amounts that were offered by Adidas and Puma and the others. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's,
I mean, people are saying, which is sort of true. I mean, you can't compare to the men, I would say, but I mean, that's not a lot of money compared to what the men make. And this is
no,
eight
it's not.
eight years, right? So
Yes, it's a long, yeah.
it's a long time, you know. But
So,
some people are saying she shouldn't have locked up for so long. She should have gone with a shorter term. I think the
hmm
others are offering shorter term, less
right,
money but
others were
shorter
sure.
term, so she could
Yes,
renew. But I guess sometimes, take it when you can get it. You don't know what the next 4 years are going to
hmm
hold for you. So
true.
it's
That's
gonna be
so true.
gonna be interesting to see. All right,
So,
so you want to go to some soccer, football?
we can do some soccer, yes, and talk about the top of the tables.
Yeah. So in football, Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp is one of the greatest coaches I've seen, and he has done so much for Liverpool. But he said he's not going to do it after this year, and I think now they've found the man to replace him. It's Mr. Slot coming out of Feyenoord, and he's
Mm,
going to be getting £9.4 million. So good paying job for sure.
for sure.
But I mean, it's good that they've made the call so early. Although I think I'm not saying Liverpool has given up on the season, but they're not looking so good. They've lost a couple of times now, so
Yeah,
I think they'll probably start it out. And as you look at the top of the table, I don't know, man.
it's
What do you think?
Arsenal and Man City.
City, yeah.
I think so. Well, City's got a game in hand, so
So
and they're
City
just
has it
one
in terms
point.
of if they win all their games, they win.
They win. Yes, correct.
So
And
do you think they're gonna win all their games? I don't know.
well, they're 30. They're 76, one behind Arsenal with one
Arsenal
game
with a
in hand.
game
I
in
think.
hand.
I
Yeah.
think with four more games to go, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I don't think they will win all their games, but Arsenal probably lose a few too.
That's the thing about it. I mean,
Yeah,
everybody says Arsenal always chokes down the stretch.
they always do. Yeah, and
So let's see if they hold their own and win all their games too to make it interesting. Force Manchester City to win theirs.
to win this, yeah,
Yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen is that Arsenal is going to put them under a lot of pressure to
yeah,
take it. I think Arsenal has come up with a better formula this year than the previous years, where before they'd come out and then die, but they've sort of been up and down a little, but not far off the pace, and they made a big push when it mattered most. So let's see if they can hold it. They're not in Europe anymore, so this is all they're playing for. So,
right, yeah.
but
And Man City, they really have a pretty easy going for the rest of the way,
yeah,
except
yeah,
for maybe they have. I think they play who's the maybe Spurs might be the
they have Spurs,
and
but that'll be a
the
tough
Spurs
game.
not yeah yeah they have Spurs yeah. Other than that, they have some pretty
Straightforward game.
straightforward games. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You need one to lose the championship, so they get a loss and they could lose. I mean, they
yeah,
have to be ready and not lose a game, but they should ideally win to take the trophy home.
they should. Yeah,
But I mean, there's a lot of talk about what's going on with your club, and maybe you can tell me since it's your
Chelsea.
club. But I mean, what happened with that? What is it?
That
Five
I
nothing.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that lost early in the week. Last week, the last Saturday, that lost that must have just sent them the wrong way.
So, no. They've certainly
Yeah,
gone on the wrong road. That's for sure. I don't know
because
what's going on with them, man. But as a big club, you don't get that type of beating. You're not
no,
supposed to.
Arsenal's not supposed to beat you 5-0. But I think that heartbreaking last week against is it United City, right?
So
In that we play out in that semifinals, they might have done something to them, but
maybe because they should have won the game.
they should
They
have
should have
won
won
that.
the
Yeah.
game. So maybe they just weren't ready. But I don't know. We'll see how they're tackling Aston Villa, who's such an exciting club these days because very low expectations. But they're top 4
hmm
and they're playing good. Leon Bailey, the Jamaican, is there as one of their stars, and He's doing extremely well there, and looks like they're gonna go to Europe, and they're still in the Europe. He's the only English team left in Europe, so they're in the Europa League Cup semifinals, and they're top four in the league. So I mean, they're doing extremely well, and I think they're gonna be fired up to take on Chelsea. So I don't
Yeah,
know, man. Hopefully Chelsea can hold on. I hope for your sake.
I think they will hold on. It's gonna be difficult. They're still number nine.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got 8 matches to go, so they should be able to hold on.
Let's see how it goes for them.
Yeah,
We also heard that our Jamaican top scorer in the women's soccer league in England, Khadija Bunny Shaw,
Bunny. Yeah,
I said she's out for the season, man. With 3 games there, so she has brought her team to the lead in the league. She has over 20 goals, first time ever breaking all these records. She came off with an injury last game that they won 5-0. But I think they said she's out for the season. And with 3 games to go, your top scorer is not going to be there. It's going to be tough, I
it's gonna
believe,
be tough. Yeah,
for them. It's not a good news for them at all. But they're battling with your club, Chelsea, right?
I was just gonna say good news for Chelsea.
You know, so let's
Uh,
see. I think Chelsea's right there with them. So
yeah, they've been back and forth,
yeah,
switching the league back and forth, the lead.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But without Bunny, I don't know, man.
it's gonna be tough. But she's such an inspirational player for them.
She is, and they can rely on her to score, and she's been doing that. So it's gonna be interesting to see just how she holds up, or if she comes back. I believe she's gonna come back because I don't know. She came off halftime, and they were saying, like she left with a boot on her foot. That means that that make sure they're protecting it. But I don't know. 3 weeks, I don't know. Maybe we'll
Three
see.
weeks. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. They play tomorrow against
Yes,
Bristol City, and
City. They should win that
they
without her.
should win that. They're back at the top because they're well, still one game ahead of Chelsea. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see.
So we'll see if Chelsea can. It seem to be they keep tying each other, but Chelsea's got a better goal
The
difference. So
difference, yeah,
that's the thing.
that plays out well in the bottom weeks of the league. All right, we have Xavi over there in Barcelona. So he was the head coach who quit, said he can't take the manager, and he blah 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 blah. He's quitting.
Hmm.
He decided to stay. So I guess he had a change of heart.
Wow.
So they played good against PSG, and I think they're going in the Champions League as in the second leg as the leaders. So maybe that's what it was that changed everything around. But Xavi, he's a big Spanish footballer. Now he's a
New
big coach
footballer,
for
yeah, big
Barcelona.
coach.
So
Yeah,
let's see what difference he makes for Barcelona. But I think Barcelona is just playing number two to Real Madrid over there in Spain, and
in Spain, yeah, they're
yeah, it's
just
just
that.
all about Real Madrid. So let's see. But at least it's going to be competitive with Xavi there. He seems to have motivated his team to do well, and there's a fairly decent lineup. So let's see how well he does. In a fun topic, over there in Vancouver. So Ryan Reynolds, he's from
Hmm.
Vancouver,
Yeah,
and he bought this club in England, Wrexham AFC, and
FC, yeah.
he has done wonders for them. He's put them in the media. They've started to make money. They're playing in FA Cup and going to quarterfinals. So they've done a lot of stuff since he bought them. He's bringing them home. He's bringing them home to BC Place to tackle Vancouver Whitecaps on July 27th. So
Oh, okay.
that should be a good game to see
That should be a
Vancouver
good game to
Whitecaps
watch. Yeah,
against Ryan Reynolds Wrexham. So who knows? I'm sure they're going to get a sold out crowd
I'm sure he will. Yeah,
because everybody loves Ryan, including myself. So
yeah. It's such. It's gonna be sold out. Definitely, and it's a good. Yeah, that's a great marketing ploy there for sure.
definitely, definitely. All right, do you want to slip over to Mr. NBA or
Yeah, we just got a
NHL?
few minutes left, and we have to wrap up early so that Theo can get to his big
Yeah.
show coming up. So, yeah, we
Yeah.
can talk about some NBA and the playoff. And wow, how's
Yes.
it looking for you, Roger?
So, as we talked about Denver teaching LA a lesson again, and they have been doing that. They're up 3-0 now. And I think that series, can we say it? Can we call it?
It's done.
Can we say it's
Done.
over?
It's over. It's over tomorrow. Tonight is it? They play.
I think it's tonight or tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. But yeah,
Tomorrow.
it's
It's
yeah,
done basically. The second game there was some controversy. I didn't see
yes.
it, but
I didn't think that, but
I think they're just yeah. Well, you said it. Nuggets are just too good for them.
good for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the surprise for me is Minnesota beating up on Phoenix. I mean, Kevin Durant is down in Phoenix, and he's Their backs
Hmm.
against the wall. They're down 3-0 as well.
They're down 3-0. Yes,
It's like,
and
wow,
that's a bit of a surprise there.
that's a bit of a surprise.
You'd expect it to be. I mean, they're number three seed, but Suns, as you say, Kevin Durant, and they've
Yeah,
got some good players that you thought that they would have
Booker's
been
there with them.
closer.
So yeah,
Yeah.
as I said, the tournament for me in this round was going to be New York and Philly.
Hmm.
Philly's complaining about the referee. They actually filed a formal complaint, so you know they're really serious about it. They're
Yeah.
down 2-1, so New York won the two games in New York. I
But
mean,
how did they lose that second game?
I don't. That's why they filed a complaint. I don't know
Yeah,
how. I'm still
I
trying to
didn't.
figure that out. What happened there?
I don't know. I watched that and I still don't understand no,
I
how
know.
they lost that game. Yeah,
It's crazy, absolutely
yeah.
crazy. But I think Philly just has to hold its own in their home court and see how they can do. But that's a tournament, I think. Although I think I must say, I mean, I'm a little surprised at the Boston losing to the Miami Heat in the second game. So
Hmm.
that is series now set at 1-1. But I don't think that's going to be an interesting series. Still, I still think Boston is going to
Boston was gonna win. Yeah,
kill them. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, some interesting scores because Dallas is beating up on LA Clippers
LA
as well.
Clippers. Yeah,
And Kawhi
and
Leonard is back.
Kawhi
So
is
it's
back.
like,
Yeah.
okay, what is going on here? So they're up 2-1.
Hmm.
Which is going to make it very interesting in the last few games here. So it's going to be really, really exciting to watch that series and the Milwaukee Indiana series. It's good to see
Hmm.
Pascal Siakam over there in Indiana,
Yeah,
running up some top scores, 37 points, and so he showed up in the playoffs, and they're leading 2-1 over Milwaukee.
any surprises there for you?
Well, Giannis hasn't played.
Giannis, right? He hasn't played yet, so
And
that's a
I think
big
when Giannis
difference.
plays, yeah, I think if he plays, yeah, I think he now has to play. They're down 2-1. I thought Milwaukee would have beaten them, and still believe Milwaukee is going to beat them. But it's good to see Indiana stepping up and up 2-1.
Hmm.
So, so you have a 2-1 for Dallas over Clippers, 2-1 for Indiana over Milwaukee, and of course 2-1 over Cleveland over Orlando. I mean, it's a tournament that I think whoever wins this is going to get beaten in the next round. That's what everybody believes. So let's see if that is
Yeah,
going to
because they play Celtics most likely. We
yeah,
know that one. Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I mean, OKC is also winning 2-0 over New Orleans, and expectation is that will continue. But Canada's Julius Alexander, he's selected as an NBA MVP finalist,
Hmm.
along with Jokic from Denver and Doncic from Dallas. So he's top three. So he plays for OKC, and he's that good to be considered an NBA MVP. So he's
MVP,
down to the
yeah.
final three. So let's see how well he does there. But he did take Canada to the Olympic Games by winning that tournament almost on his own. So he is a true MVP, I've been told. So let's see how well he does. But OKC's on a roll for now.
Yeah. We got a minute to go, Roger, before we get off of here. So, just quickly, the
Yeah,
NH, any
yeah,
surprise?
NHL. So the Boston. I think Toronto won one game in Boston, and I think people
Mhm.
started to take out that trophy to shine it up to bring it down Young Street.
Yeah,
But back to reality, it's Boston up 2-1. So I
so
still
yeah,
believe the Leafs are going to find a way to win this one, but it's it's not going to be easy. It's a tough, tough, tough team they're playing, and it's a must-win tonight. A
it's a
must-win for
must
the
win.
Leafs.
Yeah,
They have to win, but I mean, some signs are showing that they can do it, but they have to figure out a way how to do it consistently and stop giving up silly penalties and all of that stuff, and they're going to have a shot.
yeah. Good team, as we said, they're playing pretty good. So let's hope that they have a shot. But we're out of time, and we have to wrap up. And I'd like to just say thank you to the listeners for listening to us on another Saturday to the Ingle Roger Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. Enjoy your weekend and go Leafs go.
Let's go. And happy birthday again to you, Ingle.
Thank you.
All the best today. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody.